It's another day. I don't live here. Here we go, here we go. It's another lesson with albino builds. Who's ready for it? I've got a list. Sneaky list. Shit to do. Side dots, machine head holes, frets, and then...
Boring, right? So boring. I want to kill myself.
Bridge ground, bit more sand in, pup wire routes, cover magnets, slot filing, because who doesn't like a bit of slot filing? So here we go. Monday afternoon, wallop. Let's get some shit done. That didn't make any sense. What's everyone been up to? Who have you been watching on YouTube? Why don't you tell me who are your favourite guitar builders? I'm just going to come round and test that my microphone's on. Testing, testing. It's on. Of course it's on. We're on the road. What do you want for your money? Firstly, I've epoxied this. I've epoxied it. So I did it before I left because I wanted it to dry. So I need to just give that a quick file off. Nothing too aggressive. Good old Shinto. Good old Shinto rasp. Use some hard ass epoxy on this. I think I've got to stop filming after lunch because the last video I was fat as f***. I think that's good enough now to hit with a sandpaper. I'm going to disconnect the neck because we don't need that attached for the minute. Oh, we've got another item for the list. Shield cavities. Got to have a list at the end. Got to work through the list. Enjoy that. That's a kitchen fitter for you. Nice. Bit of love required on here now because this is pretty shit. Oh, Stu Mac sanding beam. The full wallop. 400 grit. Do love a bit of 400 grit. Not too gritty. We'll just have them on the table. That'll do. We're not doing much. God, it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell. Just see how flat she is. Very flat. I'm feeling a bit flat today. Shouldn't have used the Shinto rasp. I've got one little mark there, which you might be able to see on Pro Cam.
One eternity later.
Okay, that's not bad. It's always a bit of a fucker when you got to get rid of epoxy, but it's nice and flat now. Smooth, like a what's it. Now, what's next? We've got to put some holes in our headstock. That's a simple job, isn't it? Little template that I've carved because I've done this late before. So if you're going to do it after you've scalloped, then you just round out your template. It fits on there lovely. That's a piece of piss. I'm going to clamp that. Why don't you clamp it, Paul? Clamp it so it don't move. Top line's pucker. I'm just going to drill it out here on a scrap of crap. Everything looks lovely there. I think I'm in need of a battery change. Oh, look at the difference. It's like when I buy the wife a new sponge. Now, that's dangerous. That incredibly complicated job is all done. Struggle there. Crimson templates. Should get some freebies off these guys. But actually I've only got 6 subscribers, so probably not drumming them up a lot of business. Machine head holes. What else can we do? Side dots. Should we do some side dots? We'll go for white. That's going to stand out nice on the torrified maple. This is a really skinny neck, so the curve is actually even into the fretboard. So we'll just mark that distance like that. Lovely. Then we'll have to just go through with the old centre finder. 3, 5, Sam. That's Devonshire for 7. Sam. 9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21. Lovely. How big's me stick? 3 mil. I already knew that. I just measured it so you would see it too. 3 mil. 3 miles. What's 3 mil in imperial? 0.116 of an inch. 32ths. Don't need to go too deep. Thank fuck. Right, get the drill out of the way. Don't want to obscure your vision of this wonderfulness. What would we do without super glue? We would glue things up, but it wouldn't be super. Got to keep your tip clean. Get on the board a day. What did you do the other day, Dave? Yeah, I went on YouTube and watched some guy glue some shit into a guitar neck. Because my life's banging. Right. That stuff is shit. Bit of this. Side dots are on. Turn the heater off. Cooking here. Side dots done. We're not doing frets. I want to oil this up and sand the shit out of it. So we'll get on the body. Look how quick your workbench fills up with shit. Bridge ground. That's a complicated one. Bridge ground. Done. Mind-boggling. Bridge ground. Pup wire roots. I don't know about you, I hate it when people call them pups. Oh, we'll just use a fat drill for that, shall we? Fatty! Fatty! Yeah? Yeah? So I'm going to plonk a 10mm hole. Let's move the camera so you don't fall asleep. You. Wake up. Watch. You might learn something. Right, there we go. So I'm going to drill in from to side. Give myself plenty of space. So we're maxing out. Woo! Woo! Put the drill bit back in the box. Always put your tools back in the box. Pup wire routes. Slot file. We've got to file our slot. Teeny tiny files. Oh, he's alright. Bit aggressive. Lovely. While we're at it, we'll put the holes in for where the switch goes. Teeny tiny drill. The tiniest of tiny drills. 1, 2. Lovely. We have done our slot filing. Handsome. Cavity cover magnets. I've never done this. I think I'm just going to screw them. That's lazy. I know it's lazy, but I'm going to screw them. Because that's just how I roll. I'm an arsehole. It is a prototype, so you'll have to let me off. Handsome. Right, that's them done. We're not going to screw them yet. Don't need to do that. Lovely. Do you like my brick wall? It's a bit cheesy, but I did it anyway. It was cheap, and it looked better than the ply behind. Cover magnets, but we did screws. We cheated. We cheated with that. Shield cavities. Let's do some cavity shielding. Just when you thought it wasn't going to get excited enough. I'll speed this bit up, because literally you're going to be watching paint dry. And even YouTube watchers won't do that. Or probably you might. I watched someone tidy gardens the other day. Quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed that. Better view. We're shielded. The smallest brush in the world. It's amazing what a man can accomplish with such a small brush. Straight in the bin with that. Right. That's that. Cross it off. Shield cavities. What's left? Sanding. Let's just get it started. That's very sweet, isn't it? That is very sweet. Bit of contrast for me dottage. Yeah, it's a pretty fretboard. We get lots of oil on this bad boy. Get her looking spectacular. Let's hang that up anyway. Don't want to go too mental with that. So with true oil, I don't want to get it on the binding because it's quite yellow. So we'll try and keep it off so that we can get it off with a light sand if any does get on there. This wood actually came from a kitchen manufacturer, and the carpenter that bought it off, when he retired, he took a few bits with him, bless him. I don't know if, is that theft? I don't know. We won't name names. This is sold as tiger wood. It's not zebra wood. It's much harder. It's Brazilian. I don't recommend buying this though. It's horrible. Now we've got to think. We've got to start thinking about putting this guitar together. So let's do that. Shall we? Shall we? Humbuckers. Let's fit some humbuckers in here. I think that will look pretty. I'm not going to polish this up. I like it as it is. This is a bridge pickup. So this fixing method, the mounting method in the guitar, is a first for me. Hopefully it's going to work all right. It sounds sexy, but you don't see it on many guitars, so that leads me to think it might be shit. But we've done it anyway, and I'll try anything once. If you don't believe me, look at the time I cut me boy's hair. I know, it's hard to believe he's mine, isn't it? Bless him. Bless him. So will my screws fit through my holes? No, they're very tight. They're very tight. So we need to make the holes bigger. A rarity at my age. I've got to tone it down a little bit because mother and father-in-law watch these videos. Creme brulee. That will do me. Tight enough to hold him there, but not too tight where it becomes uncomfortable. Well, I think that worked. That works as a mounting system. I like that. I prefer it to screwing it to the body. We've got all the adjustability of a pickup ring or a scratch guard. That's going to look very, very attractive. So we'll put the old earth cable in, our bridge earth. So easily forgotten by many installs. Cracking. Going to push him to the side. Don't want it getting in the way. You see it there on camera one? Camera one, can you see it? Screw the bridge down. Fix bridge. Don't actually know where the screws are for the bridge. About to order some new t-shirts because these t-shirts are ordered in a medium. And yeah, I think I was a little bit hopeful there. It's all right in the morning. After lunch, spray on. So this guitar has been an interesting proof of concept. Again, still lots of experiments. If I'm building a guitar for myself, I've got to experiment because I can't get away with doing that for customer builds. And they only ever want Telecasters anyway. Let's get some of these fixed in. Now I'm just robbing old shit from old guitars here because it's for me. He's already got a resistor on him, thank you. I think this is from an Epiphone in the 90s. So if this works, I should be very surprised. Let's have a little look at those holes and how big they are. 7.76, so a couple of 8mm holes. The point of no return. Is me shaft going to be long enough? Oh, barely, barely. You won't be able to do all the positions. Dirty weasel. I'm happy with that. I use my special jaws thing that I'll never use. Oh, that is so cheap and tacky that I kind of like it. It's actually coming together. It's coming together. Can you see that all right? Let's get a better angle. Have your angles. Right, so we've got a rubbish switch tip. It looks really cheap and shit, but it's all I've got at the minute and it works. So that will do. So we're kind of built up. Oh, it's looking good, isn't it? I'm going to give a little smidgen of oil on the side before I go home tonight. Just needs a little queef on the side. And if you don't know what a queef is, you can Google that. It's horrific. Sorry. That's a greasy humbucker. We don't want that. Should we do some soldering? Should we just solder it up? That means tomorrow I can come down, I can put this together, and then she's done. She is done. Flip her over. Calm down, Paul, you knob. So again, no switchery, no bollocks on this guitar. We've just got standard 2-cable humbuckers. Keeping it nice and simple because I had them in the drawer. So it looks like my hot wires are white on those humbuckers. So I will go with white as well, because we're flash. Little pot of pubes, brass pubes. Love them. Let's just montage this, shall we? Agora vou te pedir, agora vou começar. Quero ver quem dá comigo. Oh, we're wired. I'm getting better at that. Only slightly. Still not my favourite job. I think that's all I can do for now. I'm going to get another coat of oil on it. Just a little whip round, something with no colour. Don't use true oil, use something else. Turn off that. Clear matte, high solid, kitchen worktops, general joinery, microporous, water repellent, indelible. Does not crack, flake or peel or blister. The opposite of me in the sunshine. Right, that's it. That's going. That's staying there to dry. Night, everyone.